showed you how to do cartoon faces. So today I'm going to show you how to do cartoon words. All right, all you need is a pencil, something to draw with, maybe something to color with, and something to draw on. Here we go. All right, so I've made a couple examples here. You can do any word that you choose. Short words will get done quicker, so that might be something, and it depends on the size of your paper what words you want to do. So I'm going to do a nice simple one, because we're in art after all. This is the one I'm going to do right now. So what you want to do is you want to start with a pencil. All right, so I'm going to do the word art, and what you want to do is lightly, don't push hard now, softly, softly print as neatly as you can the word that you are going to make today. Going slow so that I get them nice and neat. Okay, so once you've got that done, you're going to use that same pencil, and we're going to draw right next to. Now, it's important that you look at the letter, the size, and look at the line. So what you're going to do is leave an equal space, the same. I'm just going to do the same line. This time I'm going to make it a little darker because I'm going to keep that. And when you get to the end of the line, go just a tiny bit past, and then underneath it with a straight line. Now you're going to turn and follow the inside part of the A here. I've got a line here and down the other side. So anytime you come to the end of a line on your letter, you make a flat part. And you're going to go up the side of the A and then flat for the top. Now if you're doing a different letter, you might have to do it a little bit differently, of course. So there's an opening in the A, so we have to kind of put a small opening in here, which happens to be a triangle in this case. All right, so you can see how the letter A is much larger than when I first started. You can see that just by looking at the letter R. So I'm going to do the same thing with the letter R. I'm going to start going down vertical, stop, don't go through your letter. It's okay if it goes behind. And then up, diagonal, flat, diagonal. Now here's the first curve line I've come to. So when you're doing the curve, keep your eye looking at this line and then keep your space around the letter about the same. I got a little close there, but I don't think it's going to matter. Now this also has an opening, but it's not a triangle this time. This shape has a straight line here and then curves around like this. Okay, I'm going to do the T, go down the bottom of the T, flat on the bottom, vertical on the side, horizontal, short vertical, horizontal, vertical, and it looks like it ran into the R here. When I did this one, my letters didn't run into each other, so that's okay if you have that happen too. It doesn't really matter either way. Now what you should do is take an eraser, and if you don't have an eraser, you could just shade in all of these letters in with a dark value if you're just using pencil. You can do this with just pencil. I was using marker, but like I said, if you want to paint this, if you want to draw this with only pencil or crayons, colored pencil, any of that will work. Okay, now to add this like pop of color behind it. So I'm going to be using curved lines, and I'm actually starting with the bigger one around the outside. So I'm going to make this one nice and big, and I'll start up here at the top. So I'm going to do curve, stop, curve, stop. Now when I get over here to the side, I'm going to kind of change direction. Curve, stop. I'm making my curves kind of big. Curve, stop, curve, stop. So I'm kind of going around the outside of my word. Now you could just leave it that way if you want to, but if you want to add a second color right behind here, here's what you do. This time instead of looking at, I'm going to pay attention to the letters I drew, but what I'm really focusing on is this. So I make sure I'm not going to draw through any of my letters, but I'm going to kind of copy this same curve line, just making it equal spaced apart. So I'm going to go curve, but I don't want it to go up and touch the other line. See how I matched these two? Curve. I think I can just skate by there. Now, you're probably going to run into a place where you have to go behind your letter. That's okay. You're just showing that you know how to overlap. Overlapping just means one thing's in front. We want our words to look like they're in front and overlapping the colors that are behind. Curve, stop. That would probably curve there. So I'm kind of imagining where it was. And one more. Oops. I think it's going behind the letter A. Now, when you get your letters all drawn like this, I mean, this by itself is just really neat. You could use this on posters. You could use this on a card if you're making that for somebody. If you can, it's a great idea to color them in. You can use any colors that you want. You just want to make sure you're having contrasting colors. You wouldn't want them to all be the same. So when I was doing this one, I used all primary colors. The funny thing about this one, I made it to say wow, but if I turn it around, it could say mom. But this one I used secondary colors. This one I just kind of chose random colors. So it really doesn't matter which colors you choose, but you want nice bold colors if you can. And if you can, post this to Seesaw, Artsonia. It will stay in your digital portfolio, and that way I can leave comments for you. If you aren't able to do this today, you can try it on a different day, and I can't wait to see what you're doing. See you later.